It's NBA action on EA Sports. I'm Ed Cohen. Great to be joined by Jay Williams for what should be a terrific matchup here tonight. From downtown Milwaukee, tonight it's the hometown Milwaukee Bucks taking on the Indiana Pacers. The opening tip won by the Bucks as we get going at beautiful new Fiserv Forum in Milwaukee. Off the assist.
Ooh, he teased me a little bit right there, but see, I like that. That's called a great entertainer, always leaving me on the edge of my seat.
Oladipo to Brogdon. Here comes the screen. Oladipo to Turner. Down to Warren. Taken down by Giannis. To Middleton. Greek Freak for two. Deep two there. Won't go. Straight down the middle of the lane. Way to punch it home.
It's easy to become mesmerized when you watch a player who can create off the dribble. We call that dancing. When you allow a player to dance with that much space, that's Prob City.
Middleton to Adetokunbo. Middleton knocks it down. That was a tough shot.
That shot was nice, but that pass, that was the real highlight. Good teams always find a way to get the best shot available.
Jay, no question, the Pacers were the surprise of the NBA last year. What are your expectations for them now?
Top 4 seed in the Eastern Conference, and it all starts with Victor Oladipo. Last year, he was the guy, but this year, he needs to become the man.
Count the bucket for two.
And sometimes less is more. Keeping it simple is the best way.
Adetokunbo to Middleton. Here's a chance from long range. He made his first effort, but not that time. Is in for two.
Strong finish. That's what you need, regardless of contact, focusing on the rim.
Nothing going here on that drive. To Matthews. Middleton. Rebounded by the Pacers. Pacers with the possession. Picked up by the Bucks. To Bledsoe. There's the toss. Oh, the Pacers come away with the steal. Oladipo into the front court. His team up by one. Nice pace. Sets it up and slams it down.
How about right after the dunk, he looks right over towards the bench, gets a call from the coach about what defense they're in, and then gets his team set. Those are people that are able to lead men.
The danger of the Greek Freak. Giannis Adetokunbo, hand in his face, still knocks it down for three.
Ooh, welcome to the new reality, positionless basketball. Bigs are now PGs with the ability to drain threes.
Oladipo shot misses. Middleton lobs it up. Giannis Adetokunbo. 3 for 4. Good start.
Great job using that shoulder to create contact with the defender without hesitation.
Brook Lopez pins it.
Don't stare him down like that afterwards.
Free throws coming up.
You see this all the time. The defensive players establishing his presence on the court and also checking to see how far the refs are going to let him go.
T.J. Warren at the line for 2 shots. Shoots it at 75% for his career. First one, counted. And he makes them both. Adetokunbo to Matthews. Adetokunbo to Bledsoe. Gets it in the left corner. Matthews. Bledsoe shot misses.
You know, Ed, everybody gives so much credit to the guy who contested the shot, but there's no way he's in that position without the communication of the backbone of the defense. When you have a guy back there who can block shots and tells you to apply more pressure, you know you're in a safe place.
McConnell to Turner. Yes, and the foul. And a chance at 3 coming up.
He should get some kind of acting award. That's a great sell by the offensive player. But guess what? The refs bit, and that's the game.
Miles Turner at the line for a chance at a 3-point play. For his career, 78% at the line. Free throw up and good. And the 3-point play puts them up early in this one. To DiVincenzo. Adetokunbo. Double figures in the first quarter, now at 10, including that 3.
And the more and more I watch, I become mesmerized with that follow-through. That release is effortless.
Robin Lopez with a piece.
Oh, he blocked that with authority.
Throws it up. T.J. Warren rejects it. Knocked loose.
Ed, that's light work for a guy with his ability.
Oh, big finish at the rim. Jay, they've had no answer for this guy.
He's been on fire this first quarter. That's the way you take it right to your opponent. You attack right out of the gate.
It's Indiana basketball. To McConnell. And scores. Strong take. Now a whistle. And we'll get a timeout called by Milwaukee as they'll make sure they're aligned here in a 2-point ball game. Substitution being made in this one. Adetokunbo. Won't go. Shot from in close, no good.
And physicality is your friend. Don't let these guys get any easy ones down low. Make them look at the refs, wondering where the foul was every time.
And the basket good at the rim.
They're going to have to find answers defensively and quickly because he's carving them up in the first quarter.
Indiana with the basketball. McConnell to Turner. Oh, Miles Turner. 3 for 3. That's a perfect start.
Contact on a drive can be a beautiful thing. Making those tough shots can really help you build a mental advantage over your defender.
Had made his first couple, but he misses there. Miles Turner tips it. Well, you can't do that.
A simple touch foul.
Mixing things up. Hockey line substitutions. Both teams making changes. Jay, sum it up. Why was Victor Oladipo the most improved last year?
Because he was no longer Robin. Victor Oladipo has become Batman, and he attacks the game the same way Russell Westbrook does. That short stint at OKC taught Victor Oladipo how to compete 24/7.
Adetokunbo. Yes, and a foul. He'll have a chance at a 3-point play.
The offense has very little to lose on those type of plays if they know they can, number one, create contact, and number two, still get the ball up. You need to assert yourself fully on the defensive end by initiating the contact and not allowing the offensive player to get that ball above his waist.
Ersan Ilyasova trying to cash in on the 3-point play. For his career, 77% at the line. Free throw's good. A three-point play. And with that, they go up by 3. Oladipo into the front court. Just under a minute to play here in this opening quarter. Short jumper misses. Giannis in control of the basketball. Leads 3. Perfect feed to set up the basket.
Well, when you play for each other and not just for yourself, that's when great things happen. You essentially lose yourself in what the team is trying to accomplish. It's called unselfish basketball. And there's nothing more beautiful than rewarding your teammate with a nice pass and letting them finish for 2 or 3 points.
Connaughton sends it away. Giannis with it up top. Shot clock turned off as they get a chance to build their lead. And the reward, a couple of shots at the line.
Look, it's still early. Make your opponent work for those possessions. You don't want to start racking up too many personal fouls.
Knocks down the first. And gets both to drop at the line. Robin Lopez snatching it out of the air.
Blocking so many shots only gives your perimeter that much more confidence to really apply more pressure.
We played one in Wisconsin with the Bucks on top here on their home floor. Jay and I back with more after this. You're watching the NBA on EA Sports. Ed Cohen, Jay Williams with you as we get things started here in the second quarter. Goes to the left side. And he's fouled. Earns a trip to the foul line, Jay.
Love the fact that the shooter created contact on the upward motion to shoot the basketball. Big time play.
TJ Leaf. Couple of free throws on the way. Not the best career mark, 62%. First try, no good. Knocks down the second after missing the first. High risk, high reward. It stays in their possession. Pacers control. Layup's good. That's as high percentage as it gets.
There you go. I like seeing scoring coming from unlikely sources.
Antetokounmpo fires the 3, buries it on the catch and shoot.
You live by the 3, you die by the 3. And guess what? They're living large right now.
Whoa, what a finish.
Oh, man, did you see that swiftness? He dunked that thing like a tennis ball.
It looked like that in his hand. Antetokounmpo. Beyond the arc for 3. Oh, he couldn't get it to go.
Screen coming.
Bucks at the controls. To Antetokounmpo. DiVincenzo. Sizing up the defense. Knocked loose. Pacers come up with it. Big finish at the rim.
It's so amazing when you get a chance to see a player in his own space. It's almost as if the defense doesn't exist. He can go left, he can go right, he can attack. He's playing on that court by himself.
Looks like both teams are making substitutions. To Middleton. Just off the mark.
The most important thing a shooter can do is continue to shoot. The defense is always going to give great effort, but it's more of your psyche that goes into the next shot that will limit you on whether you make the shot or not.
Not that time. To Matthews. Oh, the pass stolen by Indiana. Oladipo. Oh, bad pass, and the Bucks have it.
Come on, let's dig in. Let's really build this lead.
And watch him do the rest. Slam dunk. He was ready right at the tip.
What a first half he's having. He came out of the gate, attacked, found ways to get to the rim. Now look how easy the game is coming to him.
Oladipo. To Brogdon. It was right there. Milwaukee with the basketball. Middleton. That won't go. And a putback slam.
Woo, that's nasty right there.
Oladipo into the front court. Right now, down 7. Off the penetration, almost, but no good. Bledsoe with the basketball. He'll run the offense. To Middleton. For 3. Working, followed up. Brook Lopez with the slam.
You see, Ed, that's the advantage of growing up playing with and against a twin. A lot of fights, a lot of physicality, and controlling the glass is everything.
Oladipo into the front court. 9-point margin. Now a steal by Milwaukee. To Matthews. Middleton. From long range. And Chris Middleton, good on the quick release that time.
This is a game of ways. As a defense, you have to recognize that they come and they go. That will not be the case all the time moving forward.
Now the Pacers going to use a timeout as they'll talk things over here in the second quarter. They're going to make some changes with some new personnel on the floor. And he's fouled. He's going to the line for 2.
You got to know your personnel. That's not someone you want to send to the line for a free 2.
Victor Oladipo has got 2 shots coming for his career, 80% at the line. And hits the first free throw. Goes 2 for 2 at the line. Adetokunbo. And he can't get it to go down. It's no good. Oladipo into the front court. They find themselves down 10. And Jay, they call the foul.
Timing was just a tad bit off.
Oladipo. Giannis grabs the board. To Middleton. Lopez. Middleton. Offensive board. To Middleton. Adetokunbo. To Bledsoe. Down to 5 on the 24. Knocks it down from mid-range.
No doubt about where that one was headed.
Pacers with the possession. Now preparing to shoot at the line.
Smart play to rip through the extended arm of the defender. That will get you to the free throw line every time.
First one goes down. Goes 2 for 2. Adetokunbo to Lopez. Brook Lopez. That's 3 now on 4 shots.
Well, they have such great flow to their offense this evening. The ball isn't sticking to one player individually. It's moving around the perimeter, and it's zipping. They're playing with a special cohesiveness.
Count it. No and 1. There was some contact there.
That's lunch pail business right there. Don't worry about the no call. Keep powering through.
Yes, and the foul. And a chance at 3 coming up.
So many times we get on the defender for quote-unquote letting the offensive player score on an and one. Sometimes there's a lucky bounce, but more often than not, it's the offensive player who makes the play happen despite the defender's best intentions.
Malcolm Brogdon at the line for a chance at a 3-point play. A career 87% from the line. One free throw good, so he converts on the 3-point play, and the lead down to 11. To Adetokunbo. For 3, this young man can drill them on a dime. Dante DiVincenzo.
And it just seems like the defense has lethargic closeouts. You need to close out with more of a sense of urgency. Run them off the 3-point line. Make them take a tough 2 rather than an easy 3.
From the outside, no good. To DiVincenzo. Adetokunbo, open look. No good. It's Indiana basketball to Brogdon. That's out. Last touch by Brook Lopez. Brogdon. Gets toughness right there. Physical inside, gets it to go.
The NBA's most improved player was a guy that always invested in himself, both on and off the court, but he always put in the work to be better, was a sponge for information, an insatiable appetite to be the best. But the difference is, he's believing in himself. Whether that's singing at the NBA award show or performing at the highest level on the court, it's safe to say that Victor Oladipo has officially arrived.
Trying to cash in. Oladipo, not that time.
You know, Ed, everybody gives so much credit to the guy who contested the shot, but there's no way he's in that position without the communication of the backbone of the defense. When you have a guy back there who can block shots and tells you to apply more pressure, you know you're in a safe place.
A very one-sided first half of basketball as we are at halftime. Let's get you to our NBA Live studios in Orlando and hand it over to Jalen Rose for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Jalen.
everyone. I'm Jalen Rose, and this is your EA Sports Halftime Report. The Bucks have built a comfortable lead, and the offensive glass was their domain. They scored plenty of second-chance points, asserting themselves in the paint. These are the guys getting buckets for the Milwaukee Bucks. The Pacers have yet to appear after one half of basketball. At this point, it's all about pride and mental toughness. A comeback is not impossible, but it's also not likely. Have a look at the leading scorers for the Indiana Pacers.
Game track. Bench points.
The Indiana Pacers had enough difficulty dealing with the opposing starters, let alone their bench players. They really need to adjust for the depth of this opposing team and figure out how to slow them down.
Player of the half.
Antetokounmpo has been making the competition look silly on the defensive end.
Who was cold?
No one wants to be picked for this segment, but he couldn't avoid it. Maybe he'll turn things around in the second half. Here we go with the top plays.
Number 2. Number 1.
Fellas, back to you.
First half, very one-sided. What will the second half bring? We'll find out as we're underway. Oladipo into the front court. His guys down big. Has a chance, gets a look, can't hit. Bucks at the controls. Middleton. He was all over him to Middleton. Whoa, Chris Middleton, now 3 for 9.
He's been doing this for years. The physicality in which he plays, no one wants to see that. You're going to leave the game with black and blue marks all over your body.
Giannis Antetokounmpo swats it.
This game is all about playing mind tricks on people. The offense is more worried about getting their shot blocked than they are about actually making the shot.
Brogdon. Victor Oladipo buries the wide-open 3. That's too easy.
It's all about creating space with the dribble. Once you have that gap, you can beat somebody in a variety of ways. He chose the dagger with the 3.
Middleton. Not that time. He misses. Domantas Sabonis with the block.
You know why? I don't see anybody on the defensive end standing up out of position. I see everybody squatted down, really active with their hands. That's the mentality that will lead you to where you want to go.
Oladipo into the front court. Down a bundle. To Brogdon. Driving right to the basket. Right down Broadway for the 2. Defender has to pick him up.
The one thing we know for certain in this league, it doesn't matter how big the margin is, you can always put together a run and get back in this one.
Middleton to Matthews.
You got him.
Here comes the screen. Middleton. That's how you defend.
In the first half, he pretty much made every single shot. It was magical to watch. But now that you have drawn so much attention, try to get your teammates more involved.
Now the Bucks gonna signal for a timeout as their coach wants to get a word in with his guys here in this third quarter. The Bucks at the controls. Middleton buries it on the catch and shoot.
Ed, let me tell you how this one goes. It ain't no fun if the homies can't have some. Everyone's getting a piece of the rock tonight.
To Turner. Deep two there, won't go. Giannis in control of the basketball. His guys hold a commanding lead. To Middleton. Has a look. It's good.
This type of game needs to be celebrated. This is the type of culture that is fostered when you play with unselfish players. When you give up a little bit of yourself and you make your teammate look great, that's the difference between winning and losing. So when you see these guys smiling, when you see them giving each other high fives, that's because of the energy that was created from the pass. The pass is one of the most brilliant things we have in this game.
Antetokounmpo to Middleton. To Matthews. Middleton knocks it down.
They're shooting the ball well, but let me tell you why. They're already ready to shoot before they even catch the ball. Look at their hands. Their hands are ready, providing a target. So when they catch that ball, they go right into their shot. We call that being shot ready.
Middleton to Antetokounmpo. Middleton. He's not shy about shooting it from out there, but he misses this time. Trying to cash in. That's usually one that he'll knock down. Matthews gets it in the left corner. Count the basket.
There's a natural tendency when you guard a right dominant hand player to send him left. But for a guy who's a good mid-range shooter, that's wrong. His pace dribble is his left hand. Force him to go right and know that the chances are higher of him trying to drive and attack the rim. That's knowing the scouting report.
Indiana with the basketball. Brogdon to Oladipo. Yes, and a foul. He'll have a chance at a three-point play.
And I know there's so much excitement about the play, but everybody looks at the player. More people need to pay attention to the guy at the end of the bench, the strength and conditioning coach, because this kid's been putting in the time and effort every day in the weight room.
New blood coming in for both sides. Victor Oladipo trying to cash in on a three-point play. Hasn't missed yet. Free throw's good to cap off the three-point play as they draw a tiny bit closer. Antetokounmpo to Middleton. Lets it fly from beyond the arc. He's been dialed in from long distance. That's now 5 threes for the game.
Nothing more painful than the next day watching tape, seeing the fact that he got 15 points off three-point shots.
To Oladipo. Victor Oladipo with the slam.
And no emotion, just that ice-cold stare. That's a sign of somebody who's here to compete.
Out of bounds the call off Robin Lopez. Looks like some substitutions are coming on in. Spinning shot won't fall. To Middleton. Fires the three. Good contest. Middleton off the mark. On the follow. Way to stay with it.
Bodies bouncing all around on that layup with the offense winning that battle. But if the defense keeps up that kind of pressure, good things are bound to happen.
Robin Lopez able to recover with the block.
Just incredible timing on that swat.
Middleton. He engulfed him that time.
Shooter.
Oh, that's out.
Out of here. It always looks cool, but guess what? You're still on D.
The opposing coach is going to counter, make some changes of his own. Oh, the Pacers come away with the steal.
You go back to the principles, things that we started working on when we were in first and second grade. It's called the shell drill. You stay down in the stance defensively, you try to deny the next pass away, and you have to communicate. If your conditioning is bad, you have no chance. But if you're able to do all these things together, collectively, you will be able to stop a great passing team.
To Adetokunbo.
Rotate.
Takes it right to the rim. A lot of contact there, but they say no foul.
Sometimes when the players find that flow, nobody else needs to touch the ball. He's in a zone by himself.
McConnell. That's what you've come to expect. Your best players making baskets.
I love when I see smaller players finish in the paint amongst the trees. But if you're a big on the other side, you can't let that happen so easy.
Rises for the slam.
I know there's that old saying that says one man can't beat five, but we're watching one man carry four other players. His back has to be hurting. Another big-time finish.
Right down Broadway, 4-2.
Not always the first option, but his number was definitely called on that one.
Adetokunbo to Middleton.
Here we go. I got him.
Going to launch beyond the arc. Tough shot. Well defended.
Just because you're an elite shooter doesn't mean you need to shoot the ball every possession. Maybe give a head fake, crack into the defender, get to the free throw line, see the ball go in the hole.
Nice pace, sets it up, and slams it down.
This type of game needs to be celebrated. This is the type of culture that is fostered when you play with unselfish players. When you give up a little bit of yourself and you make your teammate look great, that's the difference between winning and losing. So when you see these guys smiling, when you see them giving each other high fives, that's because of the energy that was created from the pass. Pass is one of the most brilliant things we have in this game.
3 quarters down. The fourth quarter coming up. The Bucks in control so far. The Bucks to inbound to start this final quarter. You figured they certainly had the advantage coming into this one. Jay, that's how it's played out.
On paper, this wasn't set up to be much of a contest. If the crowd could have gotten into it early, maybe. But sometimes a team is so good that you never had a chance to even start.
The drive, right to the basket. He wants it at the rim and scores.
Did you see the way that dribble freed him up? It created so much space. I did, but the defender didn't.
To Adetokunbo.
Drop. You don't want it.
Cruises inside for 2.
Ooh, shows like this separate the good players from the great ones. The good players, they have good first halves, and then they fade to black in the second. The great players, they just sustain that kind of dynamic energy throughout the entire ball game.
Oh, Miles Turner. He's now shooting 5 for 7.
In the last 10 sequences down the court, everybody's touched the ball. You don't see anybody with any kind of negative expressions on their face because everybody's eating.
Bucks have it. Dante DiVincenzo in the painted area.
You know, it reminds me out of a story a legendary coach once told me. He said, if you ever get in a fight, you're not going to hit somebody with an open hand, correct? You'll probably break a finger. But if you hit somebody with the fist, what is that? That's 5 fingers working collectively together as one. That's how you deliver a knockout punch, and that's what we're seeing tonight.
Couldn't keep it in. Out off Jeremy Lamb. We have both squads set to make some moves right now. Adetokunbo. Nice finish at the rim.
You know, from a point guard perspective, one of the things that I learned when I played in the league was that the more I was willing to give the ball up, the harder other players were willing to run to their spots. The harder the bigs were running to the rim. The harder the three-point shooters were running to the three-point line because they knew they could be active recipients. And when they caught the ball, they knew exactly what to do with it.
They'll get it down low to Lopez. Yes, and the foul. And a chance at 3 coming up.
The offense has very little to lose on those type of plays if they know they can, number one, create contact, and number two, still get the ball up. You need to assert yourself fully on the defensive end by initiating the contact and not allowing the offensive player to get that ball above his waist.
Oh, he can't connect. To Turner. Oh, the touch at the rim. Count it.
You know, Ed, I'm down with guys having 35, 40, maybe 50 points in the game. But the one thing you look for in the defensive end, when there's a huddle after a guy has dropped multiple buckets on you in a row, and everybody's quiet, nobody stands up and says, yo, I got him, I'm going to stop him, you're in a worrisome place for your team.
Pacers control. To Turner. Miles Turner slams it down.
It's so difficult to block a guy like that with that kind of athleticism and length. Your timing almost has to be perfect, but pretty much there's no stopping him when he's around the rim.
Hey, switch, I got him.
Now ready with a couple of free throws.
Just because a team's winning doesn't mean the refs are going to put away the whistle. Play right all the way through.
First free throw is good. No back-to-back free throws here. He missed the second. To Bledsoe. Eric Bledsoe. 3 for 6 now.
Well, we got a chance to firsthand watch something be created. I think we just watched an epidemic of passing. I've never seen something like this before. It was so contagious, everybody started to do it, and it ultimately led to the other team's demise.
If that's an epidemic, sign me up. And Giannis Antetokounmpo feeling it. Zero hesitation as he hits the 3.
And here's the setup, Ed, down the stretch. From a player who's been in these type of positions, eventually I'm going to hit you with a head fake, and you're going to have to jump considering I just made the last couple of threes. And that's when I find an easy way to get to the rim or force a defense to collapse to kick out for, guess what, another one.
Picked up by the Bucks. Bledsoe to the rim. Oh, the pass stolen by Indiana.
Tonight, it may not cost you, but in a playoff game, it will.
And look out. Big finish at the rim.
I don't think I could do that on a 5-foot rim.
I can, because that's my only choice.
I'm in.
Lays it up and in.
Ed, I have so much admiration for guys that continue to hunt their shot. They're playing the second half like it was the first 5 minutes of the ball game. Those natural-born leaders are guys that will consistently lead your team to the promised land.
Nothing going here on that drive. To Adetokunbo. Pacers secure the rebound. Knocked loose. Bucks have it. Bledsoe. That's toughness right there. Physical inside, gets it to go.
That's lunch pail business right there. Don't worry about the no call. Keep powering through.
Oh, with the foul. And a chance coming up at the line.
Okay, now we're on the home stretch, and you got a big lead. Don't let your opponent back in this game by giving up extra possessions.
And he connects on the first free throw.
Number 22, Chris Middleton.
Good free throw shooting. Knocks down a pair. Bledsoe with it up top. His guys holding the big lead. count the basket at the rim.
This is where I go back into player mode. If a dude starts to try to have 40 points on me, I'm going to foul out. I'm going to start hitting him in places he's not used to being hit. I'm trying to do anything to throw him off his game.
Had a chance, but it's no good. To Adetokunbo. Turns and slams it down. At this point, if it continues, it just may be good night, Irene.
And I like that Irene line.
There you go, Jay.
And sometimes as a player on the defensive end, Ed, you need to draw a line in the sand. You have to find a way to change the narrative because right now the constant theme has been too many easy buckets.
Jay, don't deny it. You're an old soul at heart.
Yeah, I still don't know who Irene is, though.
Me neither.
All right.
Got him. The trap.
To Oladipo. Good look that time, but off the mark. Tosses. Oh, nice find for the basket.
There's certain guys in this league that should be put on alert status 24/7 because either they're posterizing you or that attempt can still be a poster.
Oladipo to Turner. He's too good to leave that wide open. Defense has to communicate.
It just seems like nobody can stop him but him. Once he's found his offensive swag, that boy's deadly.
Adetokunbo to Bledsoe. Adetokunbo. Pulled in by Brogdon. Oladipo into the front court. His guys down big. Slam dunk.
Just wait a second, Ed. Wait 1 second. Can we go back to the play before this great play that we just saw? Just because you have a bad offensive possession, you can't allow that to go down and reciprocate itself on the defensive end. One bad play does not make two bad plays. You have to bounce back. That's how you play this game.
Straight down the middle of the lane. Way to punch it home. He's been a one-man show, but Jay, they're still down in this one.
He's their lone bright star, their only star tonight. Some other of the supporting cast members really need to step up.
Giannis shoots. Almost, but no good.
Let's be realistic. He's probably not going to miss a lot of shots. But the more effort you can give, you want to try to tire him out. Take his legs away.
Got a piece of it. Knocked away. It's getting dangerous down there.
Ed, I hated getting my shot blocked like that, but I did like getting the ball right back.
Time to shuffle things up. Brogdon. Oladipo. That's off the side of the rim, no good. Giannis with it up top. His guys hold a commanding lead. End to end on that one. 94 feet for the basket.
When the ball's in his hands, we all knew what was going to happen.
Pacers with the possession. Victor Oladipo. Adetokunbo, the rebound.
And you knew this game had a chance to get out of hand pretty quickly because of the communication. When these guys stepped on the court, Ed, they were yapping back and forth to each other. And that kind of communication, that kind of collective responsibility to one another, you feel that on the court. That's why this team is special.
The Bucks claim victory as they cruise to win a game that was never really in doubt. That does it. For my partner, Jay Williams, and our entire crew, I'm Ed Cohen. This has been a presentation of the NBA on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. As we say, so long, everyone.
Hey everyone, it's Jalen Rose, and it's time for the EA Sports post-game wrap-up. The Bucks added a win with today's solid victory. And more often than not, they were hitting the three when they popped from long range. Winning gets a lot easier when you're adding so many points to the scoreboard, 3 at a time. Here are the guys who put up the most points for the Milwaukee Bucks. The Pacers didn't lose big, but it wasn't exactly close either. I'm sure they can't help but feel frustrated with the result, but they can't let that feeling linger. Sooner than later, they need to start thinking about the next matchup. Check out the leading scores for the Indiana Pacers.
Game track. second chance points.
The Milwaukee Bucks were most impressive in the way they turned their effort into second chance points. If I was their coach, I'd be very proud of the team for the way they played with heart.
Player of the game. Who was cold?
This isn't the segment you want to be in, of course, but even the best players find their way into this part of the show. Time now for the top plays of the game.
Number 2. Number 1.
Here's a view of the upcoming games for the Milwaukee Bucks. See y'all next time. Jalen Rose signing out.